Hello everyone, it's Julie from Camellia Crafts Designs. Welcome back to my channel. I'd like to thank all my subscribers again. The channel is growing nicely and I'm just really amazed. I can't believe people want to watch me rambling on, but some of you obviously do. So a really big thank you for that. I just thought I'd come along and share the reason why I've not been cracking on with my Edith Holden journal that I were making. I tried to fussy cut some images, I tried to make some more ephemera, but I was just having one of those, it's like a mental block sometimes I get with these Edith Holden books. I just don't want to cut them up, I really don't. And I noticed as I was looking for the pages I was going to cut up next in my country diary book and my nature notes, and the other various ones I've got, the cookery notes, the one about Edith Holden's life, that I got the soft cover version of the nature notes. In fact, I'll show it you. In fact, I've got a couple of copies. I wouldn't cut this up until I had a spare. That's how crazy I am. And I noticed that the pages in this softcover book were exactly the same size. Well, they would map perfectly on an A4 envelope. And I had some really thick, big A4 envelopes. So I got waylaid making this envelope journal. And I've used the December pages from the Nature Notes book and the Country Diary book. And like I said, some of the other Edith books I've picked up along the way. So yeah,
sorry, I don't know that.
I'm just going to ignore her. This is what I came up with. So it's quite a large, weighty little thing. I'll measure it for you. It is 9 inches high, which is 23 centimetres. And the width is just under 7 inches, which is like, again, just under 18 centimetres. And it's so jam-packed, it stands at almost 1.5 inches deep. It's not, I wouldn't call it gator mouth. It is an envelope folio journal. It does flip out again. It's, yeah, I love it. I just love the feel of it. I love the feel of these book pages. Anyhow, I'll get into the flip through instead of just fawning over it. So the cover, as I said, is from it's the cover page in the Nature Notes book. It's a December cover page, so the December there is actually, the book is, the page is as it is in the book. I've used some dyed seam binding as a closure, and I've just attached a couple of charms. Can you believe I don't have any bird charms, even though I've got hundreds, maybe running into thousands of charms? But I did have this feather that came in that last BB craft haul I got, and then I put this one on, which I think it's supposed to be holly. It looks like holly, so I decided, yes, that's holly. No holly berries though, but I think we've got plenty of those on cover. Yeah, it's gorgeous this. We've got the robin, the blackbird. It's just bitten off one of the berries. Gorgeous. Right, let's open it up and I'll show you what's occurring inside. I love how we've got all these little bits of seam binding poking out the top. It just invites you in, doesn't it, to have a look. So let's open that way. So I'll show you what it looks like fully open before I go back through and show you the individual things. So that then flips again. So we've got lots of pockets filled with lots of goodies. And yeah, I'm just going to flip back and I'll start with this. No, do you know, I'm going to start with back. Let's close it and start with back, yeah? So if you look at the back page, I've got a pocket, and inside I've got this large tag. This is not the largest tag in the journal, and the tag is 7¼ by 5¼ and I've used my tonic die cuts for this. These tags are actually designed to come together and make a book, but they work brilliantly for some little bit of interest in your journal cards. And I've backed that with tea dyed paper. The back page is a page from, I think this page is Country Diary, not Nature Notes, and we've got the privet and the holly with the berries. Yeah, you won't often see privet look like that, because in this country, well, in the UK, we tend to chop them down to make boxy little hedges. Well, I don't. Much to the disgust of my neighbours probably, but I just let mine grow. Yeah, in fact, I've got a privet tree in the corner of my garden, and I do get these berries, and they're absolutely beautiful. And I feel justified in not cutting them down to within an inch of their life, because they're lovely when you get the berries in winter. Anyway, that's enough about my garden. So this page, the first page you'll see when you open it is this one. I've used a gorgeous page from the Nature Notes book with a fox. Yeah, I just managed to trim that out so that we can see the fox, and I can still get the envelope flap on. This is a little 5" by 7" envelope I've popped on, so you can see everything's stitched around the edges. I've even lined the inside of the envelope with tea dyed paper. It closes with a Velcro dot. Yeah, an idea I got from Izzy B when I watched her make a nature journal a few years ago. Fabulous idea, that Izzy B. They were not cheap, those Velcro dots, but I use them so infrequently. I'm still using the first packet I bought 2 years ago. I bought the expensive ones because they have a very low profile, and they're really good. Now this is what we've got inside. These come from the Edwardian lady, the book about Edith Holden's life, and there are lots of her illustrations in there, and these are some postcards that she illustrated. I don't know whether these went on general sale or whether they were from a private collection, but they're absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that's from Gowan Bank in Alton, where she lived. And look how amazing is that. She's done the reflection in the water of the trees. That's beautiful. And this one, I love it. You've got the little field mice. It says Christmas greetings. I know we've got a few spring flowers, but that's Edith, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So I'll pop those back in there. You could put more in that envelope if you wanted to. Right, close that. And on the front I've got some of the text from the book, and I've fussy cut out a holly leaf and berry and some of the berries from another page. And inside this pocket behind the envelope, again, we've got more die cut tags, and we've got the blue tip. Yeah, he's just landed in the mistletoe. Some more dyed seam binding. Oh, this one's got lined tea dyed paper on back. Some are lined, some are plain. We've got a mix. The next tag in here, again, you'll recognise that from the back cover. I've used a couple of the images twice because they appear in both books, or because I just loved them. That's the privet. This time I've fussy cut it out and backed it onto some more book page, onto a tag, again with some tea dyed paper. This is a more versatile tag, loads of space to journal on this. This was from the Garden Notes. You just get the number 29 at the top. It was December, but I had to cut it off, and it says notes, so you can journal front and back on that one. Like that, we see that image. It's the white owl or barn owl. You can see him in the snowy tree. Absolutely beautiful. I'll pop these back in as I go, because I like to keep them in the same place they were in when I photographed the journal for my Etsy store. So we'll open this out again, and we have a large pocket here. It's not used as an envelope, but I did make that from another 5 by 7 envelope. And inside we've got a couple more tags. Again, that's the one on the back page along with the privet. I've done another large tag and I've fussy cut the holly and the berries. Again, backed it onto some of the book page. And again, I've got some lovely, I love this red colour, the seam binding. I used the Tim Holtz Distress ink. I bought, I'll show it you. I bought the Festive Berries. And it were actually a little bit, I'll show it you, before I added black ink. This is how it came out, and that was just way too bright red, I felt, for this journal. So I mixed it with some black. I thought, yeah, let's remember school ink mixing. How do you make your red a bit darker? And I mixed a bit of black and a bit of red distress ink, and I got this beautiful colour that I think goes so perfectly with the tones of this and these berries. So yeah, we'll use that red on another project. So we have that large one. Then we have this one, again back to a tea dyed, and we've got a Sir Walter Scott, some of these quotes and some are poems, some are Shakespeare sonnets and a Shakespeare one. I'm not going to read them all. Shakespeare in a broad Yorkshire accent, it just don't mix, does it? You don't want to hear that in your head when you listen to Shakespeare, do you? Oops, oh, we need a little bit more glue on that one. Do you know, I'm going to do that now so I don't forget. That one just lifted a little bit as I was trying to tuck it in. There we go. That'll stay down now. Ooh, go on, pin. So yeah, pop those back in. Right, and then at the top of this we have, you can see the notch, a very large tag. It's very big, this. I struggled to get the photos for Etsy because when it's open, I've not even measured how wide it is when open. So let's do it. 12 inches to there, and then we've got another, put that back at 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 9 inches, so that's, I'll add it up right this time. 9 and 12 is 21 inches, so it's a good size. Anyway, back to this tag. I love this page. I think I said when I did my Edith Holden journal, this is one of my favourite pages from the books, with I think it's, I forgot what kind of bird that is. That's a wren. I totally forgot what kind of bird that one is. He's not a sparrow, is he? I think he's a thrush, yeah. And yeah, we've got these berries. Because the book I would cut through writing and it wouldn't look neat. Again, I've fussy cut the birds out and all the berries, back them onto some of the index pages from the book. And yeah, I love it. A lot of fussy cutting went on in this. Again, some more tea dyed paper on the back. I'm going to pop that one back in. I've got the thumb notch there to make it easier. So we need to do this page. Oh, this page is cute. We've got a cute little envelope here. I think this is 3 before, just under 4. Well, I did cut it down a little bit just to fit this pocket perfectly. See, so it was 3 before I started chopping into it. And inside here we've got a little journal card tag, and inside we've got a little robin. Excuse me. This is the only the only image I've taken from a page that wasn't one of the December pages in the books. This little robin comes from the February title page, but I don't know about over in the US and other countries, but in the UK robins are synonymous with December and Christmas. In fact, look, we've got a robin there, and that, I think in the books that page is used for December in Country Diary, and it may be used for January, I think, in Nature Notes. I'm not sure. So yeah, we've got a little cheeky robin hiding in there. And again, this one fastens with a Velcro dot. Here we've got an ivy tag. We've managed to keep the name in, Common Ivy. Again, yeah, from the carol, The Holly and the Ivy, very Christmassy. And in here we've got another 3 journal cards. It's a deep pocket that you could put something larger in. So this one is from one of the December pages, and I've fussy cut the robin sat in his frosty puddle. Robin? That's not a robin, it's a blackbird. The blackbird sitting in his frosty puddle. Then we have a couple more, a little sparrow shivering there. Yeah, these are the other two images that I've used twice, but I thought because I was using them on the back of the book and on the inside, I could get away with it. Also, I've used them differently. Yeah, we've just got the blue tits, I think that's a great tit, and the sparrow there, and there he is all chilly. Yeah, I love these images. Right, I'm just going to flip that one over and move this along. Now, for the final thing I need to show you. This is a pocket, and I bet you can't guess what's in it. I bet you can. It's a little notebook journal. So I'll just undo this. I've used wax linen thread on this. Yeah. And I've made my little buttons from Edith Holden book pages and card. I've fastened them with more, it's not antique gold, it's just a dull gold. Well, I suppose it is antique gold eyelet. This has all been stitched around again. I've lined the inside of the pocket with tea-dyed paper. And that, again, that will give that seam some extra strength. Oh, I didn't mention that on these two joins I've used the framer's tape. You can hardly see it because the framer's tape was such a good colour match for these envelopes. You can barely see it. And it just gives it a little bit more strength. So let's show you this. I love this little book. Yeah. This one, the cover image is from the Nature Notes, and it's like the fox is from Nature Notes. I think the images, the illustrations in the Nature Notes are a little bit more delicate than they are in the Country Diary book. Yeah, but nonetheless, they're just beautiful. You've got the little robins again. We do love robins. I've got the blue tits and sparrows and blackbird on the bird table. Cheeky little blue tit there in a coconut. It's cute. Yeah, and this, I'll measure this for you. It's quite a decent sized little journal. It's 7.5 by 5.5 inches. So yeah, almost A5. Again, I've done this with wax linen thread. I've sewed it together with a 3/0 pamphlet stitch, and I've tied that with a bow on the outside. So we open it up. Inside the cover, I've used pages from, I think most of these pages are from Nature Notes. There are quite a lot of poems and, yeah, passages from different writers. Again, this one is from Shakespeare. We flip to the inside back cover, and again we've got a Shakespeare sonnet and a poem by Stevenson. Again, I'm not reading them, not good in a Yorkshire accent. And on the back, I've used one of the blank pages from the book, one of the books, and I've just stamped using my Country Diary stamp set that I picked up on eBay. And yeah, I've not bothered to colour that in. One, I think it looks lovely as it is, and two, I couldn't do it as well as Edith. I just couldn't. So I've left that as is. So yeah, that tucks away nicely in there. You don't have to keep it in there. You could use it as a totally separate notebook or junk journal. You can decorate the pages. You can use it just for writing. Whoever buys this can make that decision for themselves. I will be listing this later on my Etsy shop. About tea time-ish. But yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed making this. So for something that came from not being able to cut up a page, I did end up doing quite a bit of fussy cutting, but at the end of the day I've only fussy cut December. I've only done a few other pages. I've not fussy cut any of the pretty flowery pages. I'm going to have to get past that and finish my envelope, my other journal. But for now we've got this. So this is the reason that, well, it's not the reason I haven't finished it. Trying to finish it led to this journal. And I have to say, I'm pretty pleased with how this came out. It's another one of those that I want to keep for myself. I do that a lot. I make journals, then I think, oh, that's nice, I'll keep that. But I can't possibly keep them all. I don't journal enough to go through this many journals. My journaling is limited basically to planning and making notes and lists. I tend to, my thing, what I did before I even discovered junk journaling, smash books. I love smash books. I just feel I can be more random in a smash book. I know I can be that random in a junk journal, but I need to come around to that way of thinking, don't I? So, thank you very much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed looking at that. And like I say, if anyone is interested, it's going on my Etsy shop today. And yeah, thank you for looking. I will crack on with my Edith journal the next couple of days. I think I might ease myself back into it gently. I might stencil and stamp some pages. That should make a good video. Yeah, we'll do some stamping and stenciling. So thank you everyone. If you did like what you see, please consider subscribing and liking. If you hit the bell icon, then you'll be notified whenever I upload any videos. So thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Bye.